You've been working all morning, and you finally sit down for a 5-minute break with a cup of tea. Then the screaming starts. You rush in, lose your temper, and start shouting. Both kids get scolded and maybe sent to their rooms. You get about 10 minutes of silence before the exact same fight starts all over again. Today, we are going to break that loop. We're going to walk through a 3-step method that stops active arguments in 5 minutes and actually teaches your kids how to resolve the next one on their own. Before we start the steps, look at this diagram comparing 2 parenting approaches. On the left is the judge, a parent who rushes in, figures out who started it, and hands down a verdict. On the right is the mediator, a parent who guides a structured conversation. When you act as a judge, one child loses, gets irritable, and builds resentment. By stepping back and acting as a mediator, you stop shutting them up with fear and start giving them the tools to compromise. Step 1 happens right when the fight breaks out. When 2 kids are rolling on the floor crying over a toy, their minds are entirely filled with anger. Logic does not work right now. Do not ask who started it. Do not try to reason with them. Your only job is to walk in and physically separate them into 2 different rooms. Keep your voice completely steady and tell them, "I see that both of you are very angry right now. We are going to sit in separate rooms to calm down, and when the crying stops, we will talk about this." As you can see by this timer, this step can take 5 to 10 minutes. Do not lose your patience here. Let them cry out their frustration. Without this physical separation, nothing else will work. Achieving a baseline physiological calm is the absolute mandatory requirement before you can introduce any rational problem solving. Once the crying stops, step 2 begins. Bring both children back together, sit them face to face, and establish a strict rule. One person speaks at a time, and the other must listen quietly without interrupting. Ask the older child for their perspective first. While they speak, actively remind the younger child to just listen. Then give the younger child their uninterrupted turn. Let's look at this split scenario over a single red marker. The older child feels wronged because he needs to finish a drawing and the marker was snatched from his hand. The younger child feels wronged because he urgently wants to color his toy car and got pushed. Both perspectives are valid in their own minds. Your role is not to pick a winner. Simply repeat back what each child said so they know you heard them. Say, "I understand you got angry because he took it without asking," and "I understand you felt bad because you got pushed." What you'll notice is that half their anger disappears right there. When a child feels truly heard by an adult, without being interrupted or proven wrong, their defenses naturally drop. This brings us to the diagram for step 3. The core conflict is clearly laid out. There is only one red marker, and 2 kids wanted at the same time. You state this fact aloud and then ask them, "What solution can we find for this?" This is where parents make the biggest mistake. Do not provide the answer yourself. Do not set a timer, do not confiscate the toy, and do not tell them how to share. Let them sit there and think. They might suggest weird or unfair ideas at first. Listen to them, gently ask if they think that's a fair path, and let them keep working toward a compromise. Eventually, they will land on a practical solution. The older child might offer to finish his drawing in 5 minutes, and the younger one agrees to wait quietly until then. Children are far more likely to follow a rule they created themselves. Because it's their own agreement and not a decision imposed by you, they will actually stick to it. Now, what happens if this breaks out during the morning rush and you simply don't have 10 minutes to sit down and mediate? In that case, use the separation of object technique. If they are fighting over a tablet, clearly state that since they can't agree, the tablet is turned off and locked away. You will discuss it tonight when everyone is calm. If a fight breaks out in public, like at a mall or a wedding, do not panic and start shouting in front of everyone. Immediately take them to a quiet place, like the parking lot or outside the washroom. Tell them clearly that if they do not stop this behavior right now, you are leaving and going straight home. And if they don't listen, follow through. Make them sit in the car and drive home. Whether you are at home or in public, never force your kids to say sorry. A forced apology while they are still angry teaches them to fake their emotions rather than actually understand the pain they caused. Similarly, never compare them to each other. Asking why one can't be as quiet or understanding as their brother creates toxic competition. It tells them they have to defeat their sibling to earn your love. Maintaining absolute consistency with these boundaries sends a clear message. Throwing a tantrum will never yield a reward. This method requires repetition, but within a month or two, you will notice a shift. Your kids will start negotiating their own compromises before you even enter the room. To accelerate this process, you can actively shift their mindset from competitors to teammates by giving them a team challenge. Tell them that if they can clean up all the scattered blocks in the next 10 minutes, everyone gets ice cream. Suddenly, they aren't fighting each other. They are uniting against a common enemy, the clock. You'll see the older sibling naturally start helping the younger one. If you found this helpful, subscribe to the channel for more practical parenting strategies. And let me know in the comments, what is the one specific object your kids fight over the most? I'll reply with a custom collation. Fights are normal, but they don't have to ruin your day. By giving your kids the tools to resolve their own conflicts, you help them transition from daily enemies